everyone, welcome to YourPedia and this is Shubhya. So as we are continuing with the series of high frequency words, in the last video I have completed till bolster, right? So we have started with alphabet B and we have raised and completed till bolster. So this time we are continuing with the series of B only. Don't forget these words are really helpful for you. Why? Because these words will actually help you to crack GRE. These words gonna come in your which list? Sentence equivalence, you can say text completion, and moreover in reading comprehension. Plus if you're preparing for any other exams apart from GRE also, these are very helpful because only 1,000 lists and these words are repeatedly asked in every exam. So do focus, don't forget to make your notes and revise and repeatedly speak these words in your daily routine. Let's start with the words now after bolster. So in case you have missed our last video, please watch it out because you do not forget to complete the series. Do not skip a single part also. Why? Because together would make you perfect, and 10 words every week, a short words, short span, and sooner you're going to be master in the vocabulary. Now this week the words are bombastic, bonhomie, boor, brandish, brook, bucolic, buffer, bureaucracy, Berger and burnish. So these words are taken, the extract is taken from the Manhattan. In case you are referring it out, do keep on picking out the list. See, when you hear it from someone and someone speaks it in front of you, that this word means this, it becomes easier for you to recall. Why? Because when we hear it, we are able to memorize it also. Sometimes reading the vocabulary becomes very boring. So this task is there so that you just need to listen it for 15-20 minutes and all the task is done. And some of the words you hear it out and then you like, I will say you some rude words to speak to someone. You can practice it out by speaking rude to someone also, right? And even the good words. So let's start with the very first word, and that is bombastic. Bombastic means something that is very high sounding but has got very little meaning, right? So it is बढ़ा चढ़ा के बोलना और मतलब कुछ ना होना, so that is termed as bombastic, right? So it is, you can say it as declamatory, pompous, right? Or high flown, pretentious, inflated. You don't need to learn all the words, 2-3 words, सिर्फ meaning को समझ लो कि क्या होता है bombastic का मतलब. Bombastic का मतलब होता है जब कोई चीज़ है बहुत ज़्यादा हाई साउंडिंग है लेकिन उसका मतलब कुछ नहीं निकलता है, या बहुत बढ़ा चढ़ा कर बोलना with no literal meaning, that is termed as bombastic, right? So it's pretentious, one who is full of himself, a self-absorbed person, giving oneself high esteem or exaggerating dignity. मतलब अपने आप को ही समझते रहना कुछ सब कुछ, so that is bombastic. Because he's a bit too bombastic for me, I will not be voting for that politician again. तो कोई बहुत बढ़ा चढ़ा कर बोलता है, कोई मतलब तो निकलता नहीं है, सिर्फ pretentious मतलब ड्रामा करता है, दिखावा करता है, so that is termed as bombastic. Second आ जाता है bonhomie. What do you mean by bonhomie? That's someone who is very cheerful. You can say very lovable, amiable. Positive word? तो कोई बहुत ज़्यादा amiable है, good natured है, आपके पास gentle है, you can say loving with you. That is termed as bonhomie. So someone who is friendly, pleasant, good natured. The lifelong poor friends experience a sense of bonhomie wherever they got together. तो वो एक दूसरे के साथ एक coziness, एक प्यार, एक friendliness एक दूसरे के साथ feel करते थे, and that is termed as bonhomie when you are very good to each other. Next you have boor. Boor means when someone you are targeting and calling someone as a rough and a bad-natured person. कोई बहुत बुरा है, so you call it as brute, curl, barbarian, lewd, peasant, vulgarian. So someone who is rude or bad-tempered with you, you can call that person as boor, right? So that is your an insensitive or inconsiderate individual. Jack was such a boor, he would not even hold a door for his mother. So that is he does not care for his mother also, so that is he's such a rude person. So boor, right? Next you have is brandish. Brandish means when something is flourishing, right? So someone is swinging, flaunting, displaying, exhibiting, show off, flashing. So that is termed as brandish. So when basically it is about raising some level or showing it off or flashing to something. So it is to gesture while holding a weapon or other item as threat. So something you are just pumping it out, showing it out, showcase karna, dikhawa karna, show off karna. So that is termed as brandish. So it can be when the crazed man decided to brandish a gun in the airport, he was immediately shot by the security guard. उसने दिखाई गन और क्या हो गया, उसको मार दिया गया. ठीक है, तो brandish. Next आ गया आपका brook. What do you mean by brook? Brook होती है छोटी सी stream. ठीक है, like small stream is there, support can be there, suffer, endure, tolerate, creek. So basically it's just like a body of running water, smaller than a river. छोटी सी stream या पानी का होता है ना छोटा सा part. So that is termed as brook. After that other people brought water from a brook and sprinkled the earth. ठीक है, तो पानी ऐसे आप लेकर आते हो, छिड़का मारते हो, तो that is termed as brook. या फिर क्या आ जाता है, छोटा पानी का आप stream या level बोल सकते हो. Next you have is bucolic. Bucolic means something that is relating to pleasant aspects like of countryside, country life, rural आ जाता है, तो that is termed as bucolic. Something that is pastoral, country, or you can say rustic, agrarian. So this will be called as your bucolic. Relating to the countryside, pastoral. The postcard image was beautiful and featured a bucolic white house in the dark green pasture. Right. Next you have is buffer. Buffer का मतलब क्या होता है? When you have lessen or moderate the impact of something. किसी चीज को बचाना, cushion क्या होता है? Shield करना, screen करना. So when you lessen the impact of something, that is to buffer, right? Barrier, safeguard, screening. So a person or thing that protects somebody or something from being harmed by another. तो shield बन जाना कि हाँ मुझे मारे ना कोई इंसान, तो that is your buffer. The wine glass came with cardboard around them to buffer any shock from shipping. Next is your bureaucracy. So bureaucracy is a government, like it is a system of government in which important decisions are taken by state officials and not by the elected representatives, or you can similarly call it as civil servants जो होते हैं. So we do not elect the civil servants, but they manage some part of the government. So that is termed as bureaucracy. The red tape आ जाता है government, bureaucratism, civil services आ जाता है, administration आ जाता है. Bureaucracy is a method of business or government in which red tape processes are used to delay action. Why? Red tape means there is a hierarchy. Step by step आपको जाना पड़ता है. So the bureaucracy of the legislative government is delaying the passage of much needed educational funding. Next you have is Berger. Berger means like you are expanding, flourishing, beginning to growing, or you are increasing something rapidly. तो किसी चीज का बढ़ना, raise होना, flourish होना, उस चीज को क्या बोलते हैं? Berger. So that is to grow and expand rapidly. As car prices go down, car dealers are expecting sales to go down. So that is कि prices कम हो गए तो obviously sale वो dealers क्या होंगे, expect करेंगे भाई और लोग आएंगे खरीदने, तो sale क्या बढ़ जाएगी, तो rise हो जाएगी. Last is your burnish. Burnish का मतलब होता है किसी चीज को polish करना, shine करना, rubbing करके किसी चीज को सुंदर बनाना, glossy करना. That is termed as burnish, right? So polishing, shining, rubbing, glossing. It is similarly you can call it out as simply burning, or you can say किसी चीज का बढ़ना, you can say it as shining, rubbing of something, तो उसे चीज का बोलते हैं हम burnish. To polish, to make smoothie or shining. Richard is forever attempting to burnish his reputation. मतलब flourishing, polish करता रहता है अपनी reputation को, so that he can advance his position within our company, right? So that was there. Now any other problem till here? In case you fear any other problem, like कोई आते कोई समझ नहीं आता suppose, so you can drop in the comments. I'll tell you like what is the portion and what is the meaning of that particular sentence, right? So just a second. Okay, so before it ends, now we have a quiz for all of you. You can download this quiz in the PDF format and try to solve it your own. Before we end this class, we can have a revision. Like first was bombastic. Bombastic का मतलब क्या था? किसी चीज को बढ़ा चढ़ा कर बोलना, दिखावा करना, right? So that is bombastic when there is no real meaning. Bonhomie means किसी के साथ बहुत प्यार से रहना, amiable होना, lovable होना, friendly होना. That is termed as bonhomie. बोर you refer to someone who is very rude to you. तो कोई बहुत rude है आपके साथ, उसे बोलते हैं बोर. ब्रांडिश चीज का मतलब क्या होता है? किसी चीज का फ्लरिश होना, बढ़ना, राइज करना, तो दैट इज टर्म्ड एज योर ब्रांडिश. ब्रुक का मतलब क्या होता है? एक छोटी सी वाटर स्ट्रीम को हम बोलते हैं ब्रुक. सो स्मॉल वाटर स्ट्रीम, एनीवेयर यू फाइंड इट आउट, दैट इज टर्म्ड एज ब्रुक. bucolic होता है that is related to your rural side, मतलब बहुत सुंदर साइड होना, पर क्या होता है एक आप कंट्री साइड से, रूरल पेस्टोरल से लेकर जाते हो. नेक्स्ट यू हैव इज बफर. बफर का मतलब होता है शील्ड, बचाना, प्रोटेक्ट करना, दैट इज टू बफर. ब्यूरोक्रेसी, एज आई टोल्ड यू, इट इज रिलेटेड टू सम काइंड ऑफ अ सिविल सर्वेंट्स, जो रेड टेप प्रोसेस होता है, हायरार्की फॉलो करना, एंड प्लस दोज पीपल who regulate the government but they are not elected by the people, that is termed as bureaucracy. Next, Berger is something that is to flourish, rise, बढ़ना किसी चीज का. And last is your burnish. burnish का मतलब क्या हो जाता है, जब किसी चीज को पॉलिश करना, ठीक है, किसी चीज का इम्पैक्ट बढ़ाना, उसको शाइनी बनाना, पॉलिशिंग करना, और उसकी चमक को मतलब उसको क्या करना, इम्प्रूव करना, दैट इज burnish. So in this way, जैसे पेस्टोरल को क्या रेफर कर रहा है, या what the person is trying to do, it is trying to clean something, ठीक है, यहाँ वो अपनी स्वॉर्ड दिखा रहा है, तो क्या हो रहा है, दिखावा कर रहा है कि अपने वो किसी चीज को दिखा के. All these things you can get an idea, like these are just very interesting. कुछ pictures होंगी, आप download कर सकते हो, and you can try to think like what actually the word fits in, right? So keep noting down your notes and make your notes. Like till now we have done a lots of high frequency words. It's more than 100. तो try to revise those 100 also, और क्या करते रहो कि साथ साथ में new को addition, take a copy, keep preparing the notes in it. All the best, and these words are very important, so prepare it meticulously. All the best, and we're gonna meet soon with the next 10 new words. Bye bye.